What's up, everybody? I'm Marcus.
I'm Ryan.
And together, we are
the Northwest Sports Fanatics.
Week 4 of the college and NFL season is in the books. We're going to give you guys our weekly recap of our standout players from the last weekend of football. I'll kick it off in the NFL. I'm going to start with the quarterbacks. First quarterback I want to go with is Drew Brees. Brees is unbelievable right now, man. 413 yards, 4 TDs, no picks. And I have a feeling that I'm going to keep giving him a shout-out at least once every week on the pace that he's on. You know, he got his man Sean Payton back. The Saints are 4-0. And Who Dat Nation is coming back alive, like in, 2009?
2009. And this may be a Super Bowl sleeper that no one's really talking about yet. You know, everyone's claiming Seattle as the favorite, but not so fast. It may be the Saints as we move forward.
Hey, watch out for the Saints down there in New Orleans, man. They turning up this year. Next up, I'm going to go to, who else? Peyton Manning.
Yeah, the general.
Man, just go ahead and hand him the MVP right now. 327, 4 TDs, no picks, 16 touchdowns, no INTs so far this year.
Ridiculous.
Man, what neck surgery?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So he's in that zone right now, and to stop the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning is going to be tough. But good luck for whoever's up next, Dallas.
Right.
My last QB, if it wasn't for the first QBs, we'll be talking about him as far as MVP-wise. I'm going to go with Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Yeah, he's having a great comeback season. You know, I made fun of him saying he fell off and he's washed up. But he's definitely proven me wrong. He had a nice game against Dallas, 401 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw the 1 pick six to Sean Lee. And the victory over Dallas, he keeps losing his weapons each week. You know, Malcolm Floyd just went out for the year. He lost one of the great defensive players on their team, and Dwight Freeney.
Right.
But he's still balling at an MVP level and getting it done each week. So I got to salute Phillip Rivers out there in San Diego.
Probably the best veteran quarterback without a ring.
Yeah, and I don't see one coming anytime soon.
No, I don't either.
All right, so next I'm going to go to the backfield, the running backs. Frank Gore. Where you been, Mr. Gore? Good to see you back, man.
Right.
20 carries, 153 yards, 1 touchdown. The 49ers got back to basics with that running game, pounding the rock. And, you know, when Frank Gore gets his touches and he does good, that opens up a lot of different things for Anquan Bolden and Vernon Davis. And Kaepernick could get out on the edge and make plays like he do. So good to see Frank Gore bouncing back there. Next up, I'm going to go to Mr. All-World, Adrian Peterson.
Right, all day.
Man, there's no doubt in my mind, and there shouldn't be any doubt in your mind either, that he's the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah, hands down.
Hands down. 23 carries, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. He got power, he's got speed, he's got agility, and like I said, by far it's not even close who the best running back is in the NFL.
Right. You could do it in London, you could do it in the USA, in any major city, stiff arm, hurdles. He's got it all.
It don't matter. Just have him rock and watch him run. My last running back, I'm going to go with Reggie Bush.
Reggie
Bush, man. 18 carries, 139 yards, 1 touchdown. And his 39-yard touchdown run, he kind of showed us that Reggie Bush back from USC.
Right.
You know, everybody's asking, where is he at, and where's the Reggie Bush from USC? But the truth is, this is the NFL, not college, so all the defensive players are just as fast as Reggie Bush is. But by far, he's one of the reasons that Detroit's sitting pretty at 3-1, and they just beat the Bears, and they're going into Lambeau this week. So let's hoping he keep it up. Let's go to the wideouts. I'm going to start with the OG, Antonio Gates.
Yeah, revitalizing his career.
Yeah, he's back. He's had a little nagging foot injury the last couple of years. He had a nice game against Dallas, 10 receptions, 136 yards, 1 TD. He's going to go down as a top 10 tight end of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. Basketball does pay off. Yeah. Just ask Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, for sure, Hall of Famer. And he's having a great season. So salute out to Antonio Gates. Next up, we'll go with a name that most fans out there never heard of. Kenbrell Tompkins. Now get used to that name. You know, he took an unexpected route to get to the NFL. He got into a little trouble. Right. Had to go to JUCO. And, he's 25-year-old rookie. But 6 receptions, 127 yards, 1 TD. on the road against Atlanta.
Right.
So that was a good game for him. And he's getting on the same page as Tom Brady. But then again, Tom Brady will make anybody famous.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Last person I want to give a shout out to is someone who I've been missing the last couple of weeks, but I'm not going to miss you this week, man. Mr. Jordan Cameron.
Beast mode.
Tight end out there for the Cleveland Browns. If you don't know who this guy is, man, check him out tomorrow, Thursday Night Football. He's guaranteed to wow you. 10 receptions, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. He's becoming a household name. He's getting it done each and every week.
Probably the best tight end this season in the NFL besides Antonio Gates.
Besides Antonio Gates and Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, but yeah, he's definitely the third best. So shout out to Jordan Cameron. Keep it up, man. Nice cornerstone there for the Cleveland Browns moving forward. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Darren Sproles. Mr. I do it all out there in New Orleans. 7 receptions, 114 yards in the TD. Good to have him back out there and healthy for the Saints. Now, those are my playmakers from Week 4 recap. What about you on the defensive side of the ball?
All right, first I'm going to start off with the pick six crew. We got Richard Sherman, Darius Butler, David Amerson, and Sean Lee. All these guys took it to the house. Richard Sherman, obviously, against the Texans. Mm-hmm. Seahawks, great. He likes to talk a lot, but you know what? He backs it up.
That was a huge play, too.
And, Schaub, quit his Twitter because of it. So people are getting on his case. They're burning his jersey after the game. So, obviously, he made a big impact, obviously, in Houston.
Hey, Schwab, winning to cure all of that.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But 4 tackles and that pick six for Richard Sherman. Darius Butler had the same 4 tackles with that pick six. And he's obviously that Colts DB that's really up and coming. Oh, yeah. That Colts defense with Laron Landry in the back. You got Darius Butler on the side there. So they're obviously up and coming. They got a big matchup against, obviously, the Seahawks this weekend. So look for them to butt heads. And then obviously David Amerson, Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Rookie. Nice little pick six. Get that little monkey off your back there. You get your first win against the Raiders. So congratulations there. Nice up-and-coming rookie who led college, obviously, a few years back with 13 picks. So he knows how to pick the ball off. He is a ball hawk. And then Sean Lee, Dallas Cowboys. Right? You may hate the Cowboys. Yeah. You may love them. But you know what? Sean Lee comes to play just like DeMarcus Ware does almost every game. He led all NFL players with 15 tackles, and he had a pick six. Yeah. Can you ask any more from your linebacker? I don't think so. You did lose the game against the Chargers, but obviously it wasn't Sean Lee's fault. But salute to these 4 guys. Pick sixes are hard to do, and they really help you win a game, obviously, in the NFL. Next, I want to go to my 2 INT crew. Mm-hmm. Just as good. If you can't get a pick six, what's better than a pick six or almost as good? 2 picks. Mm-hmm. Right? It's hard to do in the NFL. So first, we got Louis Delmas, Patrick Peterson, and my boy from Oregon, Kiko Alonso. So anyways, these guys, Louis Delmas, he's from the Lions. They said he couldn't tackle. He can't cover. Obviously, he's doing pretty good. Obviously, they helped him win, obviously, that last game against the Bears. So keep it up, Louis. You're obviously getting a little bit better as the seasons are going on. Patrick Peterson is next. Cardinals, great. Richard Sherman and him are probably the 2 best corners in the league. Mm-hmm. You played my Bucks, and Glennon threw it right to you twice, Patrick. Yeah. So good for you to pick that off and show everyone why you are the best. 2 tackles for you with 2 INTs. Great game for you. And then Kiko Alonso. Kiko is one of these players that no one really talked about. Nope. They said he's not the brightest of all the players that are out there at linebacker, but hey, he's proven people he knows football.
He can play
right.
Football.
He may not interview the greatest, obviously if you check out that Rose Bowl footage when he did an interview, but hey, he knows how to play football. 2 tackles, 2 picks. As a rookie, he's got 4 interceptions, and that leads the league in interceptions. He's tied with Aqib Talib. So, right now, he is the front runner for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yep,
we thought maybe Jarvis Jones, maybe Manti Te'o with the fake girlfriend, but, obviously those guys are injured, so it's not working out right now, but shout out to you. Next, I want to go really quickly to my 2 sack crew. It's really hard to get a sack in the NFL, but if you get 2, you got to be shouted out. First, I got to go with Navarro Bowman. You guys got back on track with that win. 5 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Great game for you. Obviously, leading that team. A lot of leadership there with obviously Ahmad Brooks.
The way he stepped up with P. Willis out.
Right, no P. Willis. Obviously, they're really relying on Ahmad Brooks as well to really carry the load. So obviously, you guys are playing great. Nadam Kung Su is next. He didn't step on anybody, punch anybody. So, obviously, it was a good week for you. 4 tackles, 2 sacks, and another forced fumble. Impact D tackle. Arguably the best in, obviously, the league there. Tom Ali. from the Chiefs.
Oh,
there is a reason why the Chiefs are undefeated, and 4 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. There's a little, obviously, ingredient there with these tackles, these sacks, and these forced fumbles. Mm-hmm. These are the elite of the elite players that are doing that. And obviously, Chiefs are not slowing down for anybody.
Oh.
So obviously, watch out for them to keep winning. Next, I got to go to your team. You got 2 guys on the list. You got Brian Arakpo and one of my favorite players, Ryan Kerrigan. Right. So you combined for 6 tackles, 4 sacks. I mean, can you ask any more from your defensive players there? What a great game by these guys. Really held it down with Emerson at that corner. So obviously, shout out to Arakpo and Kerrigan. Keep doing what you're doing. Pro Bowl is just right around the corner, and you both are going to go. And then last but not least, I got to go shout out to Swaggy P. Right, from the OG for the Colts, Robert Mathis.
Oh, he's still doing it.
Robert Mathis is still doing it. So Dwight Freeney left. Swaggy P got sad. But I said, don't worry. You're going to be a good team this year. Robert Mathis, 4 tackles, 3 sacks.
Oh.
So obviously you know what you're doing. The OG is not slowing down. And he's actually leading the NFL right now in sacks, 7.5. So keep it going, Robert Mathis. Swaggy P is relying on you to get those W's there. So congratulations on that. And as a quick shout out, I really want to do real quick. These players need to be mentioned because they had great games. Earl Thomas, Seattle Seahawks safety, Pro Bowler, the best.
Earl Thomas the
third, just like RG3. You got to mention the third there. Great player. Chad Greenway, linebacker for the Vikings. Darrelle Revis for the Bucks had his first interception, obviously for his career for the Bucks. And Corey Graham, corner for the Ravens. These guys, these 4 guys combined for 30 tackles, right? 4 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, and a sack. So I had to shout these guys out. Great games by these guys. Most of these players won their games, except obviously Darrelle Revis. But hey, we are obviously in a rebuilding year, and hopefully we can get a Johnny Football, Aaron Murray, or Teddy Bridgewater to lead the way. So that's pretty much for my defensive outlook. Any good NFL games to watch this weekend?
Games this weekend coming on in the NFL. I'm going to start off with the Seattle Seahawks against the Indianapolis Colts. The Seahawks won the thriller last weekend against the Texans. And the Colts, they just keep on moving. Andrew Luck, man, I'm just waiting for him to slow down, and he's not slowing down. He's just getting better and getting better. So that'll be a good test for the Colts to actually gauge their progress and see where they really are.
Yeah.
They're going up against a real tough defense, and that's going to be a good game. Make sure y'all check that out. We're going to go Lions versus the Packers. The Lions coming off a big win against Chicago, sitting at 3-1. The Packers had a bye week to trying to get everyone healthy. Eddie Lacy's coming back.
Right, need him.
It's going to be in Lambeau. It's tough to win in Lambeau, and I guess we can really see if the Lions are for real or not. If they win this at Lambeau, a lot of people are going to start to look at them a little different.
Yeah, I agree.
Broncos versus the Cowboys. This is a huge game, not for the Broncos, but I think for the Cowboys. Because you don't want to go to 2-3. You could have had a chance to get a 2-game lead in that NFC East. The NFC East. We down this year, but oh well. Well, you had a chance and you let it slip away to the Chargers. So now you got the Broncos coming in, who are averaging about 40 points a game, and it's real big. It's going to be a big test for your defense there with Monty Kiffin in that Tampa 2. Last game is probably going to be the most exciting game. Is the Texans versus the 49ers.
Smash mouth.
Yeah, Texans had a heartbreaking loss. 49ers had a win. Both teams 2-2. This is the type of game that could really turn your season around either way. Now, what about you on the college side of things? Any huge games coming up?
Yeah, there's a few games. It's not as big of a packed week as last week, but we have a few games. First game in the morning, obviously there on ESPN, is going to be Maryland Terrapins.
Ooh,
right, your Maryland Terrapins. They cracked the...
Shout out to my Maryland Terps, man. They back, man. Top 25.
Top 25, and they're playing against famous Jameis, Florida State. So, huge matchup.
Yeah.
It's in Florida State. Famous Jameis will be on the NFL roster here in a few years. Best freshman QB, hands down, in the college football ranks right now. But if somehow, some way, Maryland can just maybe get to 24, 31 points, they might be able to maybe get a couple turnovers and maybe surprise some people. So look out for that. That'll be the best morning game that's on. Next comes the afternoon. We got Georgia versus Tennessee. That's going to be on CBS. Now, Tennessee isn't ranked. And obviously Oregon played them, and they didn't play that well in the second half, but in the first half, they played pretty well. Obviously Georgia will probably win that game, but it'll be nice to see Aaron Murray, Gershel. You can kind of see the combo of who they have at running back. There's a lot of pros that are going to be on these teams that are going to be coming out, so watch that. Next, Oregon Ducks in Colorado.
Okay.
Black Mama's not going to be playing, but it's okay. We don't need him. We need to rest up for next week against UW. That's going to be a nice top 25 matchup. That's going to be on in the afternoon. The last two games you got to watch, evening games. Number 4 Ohio State versus Northwestern.
Oh.
So that's Northwestern's number 16 in the nation. So Northwestern's actually pretty decent this year. Number 16 out of 120, Division I teams. So look out for that to be a tough matchup for Ohio State. Mm-hmm. They don't really play anybody this year. Kind of a soft schedule until Michigan at the end. So let's see if Ohio State is for real with Urban Meyer. And then last but not least, the cream of the crop, the best game all Saturday. Number 15 Washington, UW, versus number 5 Stanford. Oh. So this is going to be a big matchup game to see if Pac-12 powerhouses can collide and who's going to come out on top. More than likely Stanford, mm-hmm. but you never know. Maybe UW has something up their sleeve, and Sarkisian maybe has a little magic there in California.
All right, there y'all have it. I got my popcorn ready for this weekend. Our recap of Week 4 and as well as our upcoming games. You can hit me up on Twitter, MarcusHill_NWSF.
And Orion_NWSF.
Hit us up on Facebook.com/NW Sports Fanatics.
We want to shout out our sponsors. We really appreciate all the love and support that we're getting. And like our page, tell a friend. Help us out.
Yeah, share our page, man. Help us out, man. We out here grinding. Shout out to my man Banner Bob for the sign in the back. Hit him up at thesignshack.net. Also, hit us up on Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Again, hit us up on Facebook. Please share the page. Please like the page. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm Marcus. This is Orion. And together,
we are Northwest Sports Fanatics.